Right. Yeah. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. We're starting 9 minutes behind schedule. We're waiting for Emmanuel Sebastian, who is caught up in the heavy traffic, but the show have to go on. Yes, we've enjoyed some beautiful songs from the great and legendary Professor Victor Osimhen. Yes, and it's time for the show to go on. Emmanuel Sebastian will join us probably later because of road construction. The traffic is on a different wavelength currently on the Aja. If you're coming from VI into Aja, it's a crazy one, but then we just have to manage and bear. But I have somebody, the winner of this beautiful, lovely Union Berlin jersey, or one FC Union Berlin jersey, brought by our very own Taiwan Oni. I thank God the survivors are playing again next month. I'm thinking I'm going to get some more jerseys for giveaways. So, but this one is already won, and I know quite a lot of people trying to reach out to us. Oh, this jersey. But I mean, this guy sent me this message last Friday, like I said yesterday, and we have to give him as he gave us the answer to the question. The question we asked for this jersey was who's the coach of what's it called? Who's the coach of Taiwo Awoniyi when he was playing for his first youth team, where he trekked 2 hours plus going and coming to training, and he responded on Friday 9:59 a.m. He responded. He said he answered to the question. The name of the club is Brand Star, now changed to United Academy. Name of the coach is Abdul Razak Olojo. Ibrahim from Ikorodu. Ibrahim from Ikorodu is here with me today. That's him. That's him smiling like somebody who won the lottery. If you're watching from Instagram, you would see what I'm showing you. I don't know. Something has gone wrong. Something has gone wrong with the live. Okay, I got it. I got it back. So that's him. That's in there. That's a young man. Now there is history with this Ibrahim from Ikorodu guy. I remember back in the day when I was in Brazil, I was one of the himself and the late Marcel were one of the very, very consistent callers that I used to have in my show. This boy can argue. This boy was a thorn in my flesh. I disagree with you. I don't agree. Like, what's up? What's this guy? What's up with this little kid? They send you call. But hey, here we are again. It's tracked me, and got me on this platform. And I'm happy to also have him, as one of our winners. And talking about Emmanuel Sebastian, brother man is in the building. Like I told you guys, that Emmanuel Sebastian just would, break every boundaries. I'm sure he got helicopter to teleport him. So you got to move this way and then let the boss of the seat take his take that one. Take his rightful place while we take the show, we get the show on the road. It's very, very important. Please help me set him up properly so that we don't get him off the mic, Kalejai, so that he's available for us. And when we need him, no, Emmanuel, use this one. You have this one. So, how are you, Emmanuel Sebastian? That's a when did you wake up? I'm laughing. I know I'm laughing. When did you wake up?
To be honest, good morning to everyone who's tuning today. And my voice is shaking. I'm still sweating.
Pissed off.
But the studio is cool, so maybe I'll
you survive it.
But I mean, it was really stressful.
I'm going to suffer the same suffer tomorrow. So I'm going to EcoBeat tomorrow for my class, for my students. And I'm trying to beg Kalejai if he will go with me. I don't know.
I don't know.
Kalejai says he's not going. MCAB is coming, so for the sake of MCAB, you go with me. MCAB is coming, so let's do him the honor of capturing his presence. But I mean, come on. It's not like it's a bad thing. This whole traffic that we're having eventually will change for good. So we should be happy. One of the things we always ask for is development, Emmanuel. So development is coming. It comes with a lot. There's a price to pay for growth. So let's not pretend like, oh yeah, no. See, development come at a price. So let's enjoy it and say.
Because on the way I was on Twitter, I was seeing people,
lamenting,
complaining about the traffic and all that. But I mean, I don't know what the solution is, but I just hope they get it done with the construction that's going on.
I think
And they just get
there
past it.
is a whole lot of nonchalance or inconsistency with the work. They should have cleared the pathway for people to go. I mean, Agile is one way in, one way
Yeah,
out.
one way, yeah.
So it's not as if we have alternative routes to follow while we ignore the construction work. So they should have created at least an exit way, expanded the road well so that it doesn't affect vehicular movement going and coming. And then a lot of last man people should be stationed here. But you know how it is, it's easier said than done. You can say all of these things. When it comes to implementing it, putting it in the ground, is different. People can also bring up this argument that every road that we construct in Nigeria should be done by Julius Berger, because if I've heard and I've seen that all along, if it is Julius Berger, it won't be like this. Now, my argument against that is, if we keep depending on Julius Berger, then we're also not making progress. We've not gone back to see how Julius Berger's work was at the beginning. And I also agree that that's not enough excuse for these people to be doing shabby work. I mean, I'm not holding brief for them, but I'm saying that everybody will learn from their work, okay? Everybody will learn from their work and get experience. Emmanuel, I mean, 3 years ago, you were not this good, but you see how you've come. If 3 years ago, people say, no, Emmanuel is a rookie, don't give him a chance. Give the people that already established a chance. You will get the experience that you have right now. That's the way I always think, because I was once upon a time a rookie myself. So I'm not always going to travel that channel, that road that says, look for only the experienced people to do it. Because if you keep looking for only the experienced people, then you have only one set of people in place running the show, and that will not be nice. Sorry about the traffic anyway, but let's get the show started. Sitting very close to you on your left is the winner of this jersey. His name is Ibrahim. Ibrahim, what's your other name, by the way? Ibrahim from Ikorodu. That's what I've always known you to be. What's your other name?
My name is Ibrahim Damoli.
Okay, yeah. So you're the Ibrahim Damole that is sending me a message. Okay, so I get it. How are you doing? Where are you from originally?
From Lagos State.
Lagos State. From Ekwe?
Yes.
I know you're based. You've been in Ikorodu since forever. Like, you've been calling me for more than 10 years now, and all this time it's always been Ikorodu. Give myself a listen. It's been Ikorodu. I is Ikorodu. I is the Badu, and what's that thing? 1 billion boys. Are the you people? Are you people dealing with all those people?
They're trying. Well, I don't think there is such things again. You wipe them off.
Oh, you wipe them off. What about those?
Anything. I don't even know about people.
Okay. If you say so, there are two Ikorodu people here. This one is also Ajegule Ikorodu. This one is by extension Ajegule and Ikorodu. Okay, Emmanuel Sebastian.
What team do you support?
Awesome.
Oh, okay. All right. Congratulations.
Why are you trying to go with that? Why are you trying to go with that? Emmanuel Sebastian, let me come to you. You guys saw the Carabao Cup finals. I have issues. I have issues with the behavior of a lot of Man United fans. I mean, sorry, a lot of Liverpool fans. Why is Man United coming into this? Why are you celebrating the Carabao Cup win like it's the Carabao Cup? You guys have won Champions League, one league title. Why is the Carabao Cup looking like it's one glorious achievement? Is it like this is the only trophy you guys will win this season? So you're making it look like it's the greatest thing. Chelsea won the World Club Championship. They didn't even make noise about it. Normally we say Chelsea are the loud people. What's with this one? But how was the experience? You went for the viewing with the fans, okay? And how was the experience? Share your experience.
All right. So Carabao Cup, it was really good. Kudos to the Standard Chartered. It was at the Civic Center. I think this is my second time attending a fan viewing experience organized by Standard Chartered. The first one was the 2019 UEFA Champions League final against Spurs. Same venue. Same fantastic atmosphere. I mean, it's nice coming together with like minds.
Okay. A lot of people on YouTube wants to see Ibrahim's face. So Ibrahim, that's Ibrahim. That's the little boy that looks like what I don't know. That's Ibrahim. That's Emmanuel Sebastian. Because YouTube does not allow you to rotate camera, so we can't rotate the camera. So that's Ibrahim. But either ways, when you get the recorded version, you will see Ibrahim in full flow. So Tosin Iluyomade, I hope I pronounced that name very well. You've seen him now, but you will see him in the the full production. Okay, so you were saying something about Liverpool.
Yeah, so it's really nice coming together with fellow Liverpool fans to watch game, and more so very nice if it ends in a winning note, successful. Everyone is happy. So, like I said, second time, first time was the 2019 UCL final, but this time Carabao Cup, and you were talking about the excitement. I mean, it's Chelsea. They're playing Chelsea, in a major final, the world champions per se.
Yeah.
And getting that Carabao Cup was a big one for Liverpool. I think with
What
that
kind of excuse? What kind of excuses?
I think with that trophy,
What kind of yama talk is
I
this?
think they overtook Manchester United as the most successful team in England.
Nigga,
That Carabao
please
Cup,
accept me.
we are the most successful team in the tournament, in the Carabao Cup. We won it the most time. So I think that adds to the celebration.
When Arsenal won 13th FA Cup, we didn't even make noise about it like it was a big deal. The last one that Arteta won, because you people said, it's a FA Cup, nobody's interested. Now you won a trophy that Arsenal normally sends their reserve, their youth players, upcoming players, some of these small boys to play. You guys are making noise all over the place that you overtake Manchester United in Carabao Cup. Oh no.
No, as the most successful team in England, that adding the Carabao Cup trophy.
So the number of trophies you have.
Yeah, number of trophies you have, all together, and I mean the most successful team in the
Liverpool fans,
and the fact that you talked about youth too. I mean, it's a competition for youth for Liverpool. I mean, I was surprised.
Did you people use you?
Yeah, through before the
final. The final.
No, the final. No, the final. I mean, you have to add experience. The experience there has to come in for that final. But before the final, it was all through rotation. Ever since I think this is first domestic trophy. I think that's also adds to the celebration. He hasn't won a domestic trophy aside the Premier League. The cup competitions. Your club haven't won.
Really?
Yeah. That's the first.
Okay, so this is his second domestic trophy.
If you had the
won the FA Cup.
Yeah. So it's, the way he's been taking it. So you can understand why the celebration was really huge. And maybe this might just be a springboard to the quadruple this season. Maybe.
If I slap you, if see man,
it's possible. It's possible. I mean, we are still in the FA Cup, Champions League, the Premier League.
Come on.
So maybe this is just that springboard to it. But I mean, talking about my experience, I mean, I'm trying to drift away.
you are high. Like
but
to beat you inside the studio.
It was.
I need to buy a baseball bat here. Anybody that misbehaved.
It was a wonderful experience. I mean, producer was there. You could tell. It's good to see.
He's a Man United fan. You shouldn't be putting him in this conversation.
There were even Chelsea fans.
He's a Man United fan.
There were Chelsea fans as well in the mix. But I mean, they have to. It's a Liverpool something, so they have to compose themselves and just stay and just.
So why were you talking about a Man United fan?
About the experience. You could tell Liverpool.
Draw from you again. Let's say it's My United team song now.
They should start playing it at Old Trafford. Nobody wants to play any match.
I think that's My United team.
But thumbs up to Standard Chartered. I mean, fantastic experience. It was the ambience was nice. The care they took care of all Liverpool fans in the venue. Refreshments, everything was there. I mean, thumbs up, and hopefully more of this. That's if Liverpool get to more finals.
So I've been part of a lot of Standard Chartered events, so I know that
it just looks like a nice marriage, nice combination.
And since Standard Chartered came to Liverpool, they've been winning everything winning. It's been good. Ivory 10, Roland. I'll be calling you Roland. I'm done. Please go and change your name to Roland. Ivory 10 say, I hope one day we as Nigerians will be waxing lyrical about Nigerian league rather than a foreign league. We're coming to all of that. Now, Emmanuel Sebastian, we're back from the whole thing. Let's talk about the show now. Let's put the show on the road. Ibrahim from Ikorodu is still going to be here with us to the end of the show. Every time that is when NFF begins to do the needful. It's not NFF. Sometimes what we suggest, inside our suggestion, we will not get to trouble. It's not NFF. Have you ever heard that the EPL is the English FA that is making it work? It's not NFF. So once we don't know that means almost everything we're going to suggest is not right. NFF is for the national team. There is the LMC. What makes a league good? It's not even the EPL per se. What makes the league good is the club, right? So look at the English league, for instance. So let's do a before and after. Before now, the league was just crappy, filled with hooliganism. What happened was all of the club agreed on their own to change the way the club are run. and also change the way their stadiums. Go back to, back in the day where people used to come to stadium to stand. That's why we used to have all those violence, people, stampede happening. They stopped it, even though they are bringing it back again. But they changed that and they agreed to follow the rules. It's not like there are no rules in Nigerian league, but the clubs are government owned, and you can't really, force government to do anything. Everybody, they look at you from party perspective. So if the person who is running the NFF or LMC is APC, he can't go to River State and go and tell a PDP governor to do anything. He will look at you like, what's your business? This you want to bring, because everything have party connotation in Nigeria. Beyond that one, then you now have the tribal connotation. Oh, why are you telling me to do this? The people in your state, where you come from, have they done it? That's how we do it. So that's the problem. The problem has nothing in this league. When we talk about league in Nigeria, it's especially the MPFL. It has absolutely nothing to do with the NFL. And I keep saying that because you can't go to the German Bundesliga and say the German FA is responsible for anything that goes on. You can say of the English league that the English FA is responsible for anything that goes on. Why come to Nigeria and then you put it on the NFF? It doesn't really sound right when it comes to putting everything together. The NFF, during Megari's time, I've already opened the back door, the channel for the LMC to be created when what's it called? Abdullahi was the Minister of Sports. And from there, we're supposed to build up going forward. It didn't happen for England overnight. It was just formerly was just one team, Man United, and then followed by the rest. Then they came Arsenal, then there was Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool. Investment is what turning around, but creating an enabling environment, first of all, is a responsibility of government. People need to see that they can come and put their investment here and it will grow. Just like Remo is doing that. It's going to take us some time, but if Remo ends up being a success story, some other people want to emulate it and do, because that's who we are. We like to copy a lot. Everybody will wait for you. Somebody told me the other day that, look at that thing. We're waiting for this your online TV to be a success, and then we'll jump on it. Okay, so it's just a normal thing that happened all over the world as well. People wait for one model to work very well, and then everybody start pouncing on it like that. So that's what we're waiting for. It's going to take time, but we'll definitely get in there. Emmanuel Sebastian, it's your show now.
All right, let's start off with the MPFL.
Since MPFL is the one that they're talking about.
What looked like a bright start for Finidi George in Imba colours, but the last few games has been off form for Imba. They started well. Finidi George came in, they boosted the side. They got some couple of wins, but the last few games hasn't been fantastic for Imba. They lost to Heartland this past weekend in the Oriental Derby, and I've not seen Finidi George come out so livid after such a game. That there are quotes from him. I listened to a YouTube video put out by Aranda on YouTube where Finidi George was, saying some few words about the officiating of the game. He said, and I quote, you watch the match. If I say something, then I am leaving this league. You cannot play football this way and expect to get another result, and that is what we are experiencing nationwide. You all saw the game, and I'm not going to comment about that. Winning or not winning, it should be better, and games like this should be better. And I wish you guys are doing a better job. You all watch the game, and it's not about coaching. It's not about anything. The league should be better than this. Is it right what's happening? Journalists should write about what they are saying in different centers across the country. Football is dying, he said. So, I think he was trying to say something about the officiating in the game, but it's been a poor run of form recently for Finidi George and Imba. They are miles away top spots in the league. They are 7th on the log, 11 points behind leaders Rivers United, and that's not something.
That's
something nice. Yeah, that's not something nice to see. They're still far off from the top, so that's not something nice to see when you talk about a club like Imba. So what do you make of Finidi's assessment after the game and this more on the form for Imba?
Well, I feel for Finidi George because when he took this job, some people said that Lisa was one of those that he think he shouldn't take the job, and a few other people also said the same thing. And I was here saying, you shouldn't be saying that. Give him a chance to grow his brand. Not everybody will make it to the national team.
Had him on the show at one time.
Yes, I did. But before he got the job. Yeah, I had a full 1 hour interview section with him where he told the story of his life on the show. And in that process, I think it's the first season. It's not always going to go your way. So it's not a Nigerian league team per se, because this season also goes even though we've not gone too far, just 15 games so far. This season, if you ask me, I've produced better officiating than we previously get. So I can sit here and tell you that the officiating have improved greatly, but there is still room for improvement. Finally, the judge might complain now, but look at the Everton Man City game, and I'm not just trying to drag in things from nowhere. Everton Man City game, you saw that handball that nobody saw, and Man City scored. That game it shouldn't have been a win for Man City. And the Lukaku offside in the Carabao Cup finals, I'm still wondering how that is an offside anyway. But hey, this is football. These things happen, and we must understand that it's part of the game. When you win, I've never seen a coach, especially in the Nigerian league, when they win a game and he says, we won, but it's because the referee robbed the opposition. You cannot. If the Nigerian league is bad and the officiating in the league is bad, and you come out when it goes against you, I also need to hear you say, no, today we didn't play well. It's the referee that robbed the opposition and give us the win. But if every time you win, it's because your team is good, it's because you're better. But then when you lose, it is not because the referees are bad. I have issues with that. Until I see the same coaches come out with the same energy, the same verve, and the same gusto to say, this one that we won at home, where we robbed the opposition. It's match fixing. Then I know that people are speaking. But if all you do is the only time you lose, that's when referees are bad, then I have a problem with that position. Because if you use a blanket to cover the referees and say the referees are killing the league, then those days you won. What happened? Was it coaching? Was it tactics? Was it the quality of the players? What happened to the bad officiating? But if you're going to highlight, because anybody have gone away and got a result this season, anybody has got a result at home, they've also dropped one at home. So across all parts of the league, different people have gotten results in different places. So you can't just sit in one place and isolate yourself and say, we are Enyimba. Enyimba also, historically, Enyimba have benefited more from, questionable officiating. Let me put it that way. Questionable officiating than any other team in the league. If it so happened that this time in the league, maybe Enyimba, the table is turning on them, just like Manchester United right now, they shouldn't complain. It's like if Manchester United come out and say officiating is bad, I'm always going to say Howard Webb. And when you mention Howard Webb, what comes to your mind? The first thing that comes to your mind whenever the name Howard Webb is mentioned, what comes to your mind? Manchester United. As Alex Ferguson. So every club have had their fair share. There was a time Barcelona was known as UEFA because of Ovrebo and some very, very funny decisions. This is football. The Ayers that Finidi George also played for, there were times they had excellent calls in their favor, both in the league and in Champions League. And then sometimes it goes wrong. I won't say it's a Nigerian thing. It's a referee thing all over the world. If referees are that perfect all over the world, we will be having goal line technology, VRO, and a whole lot of VR and all of these things that they bring in. Is that an excuse for our referees to do bad? I don't say so. My only problem is that making it look like this thing only happens in Nigeria. Good things that happen in the league weekend that we, somehow some people are turning blind eyes to. I think it was in the Plateau Kwara United game where Seth Mayi proposes to his sweetheart, Blessing Karimu, and we're hoping to see when he come up very soon. Okay, so that's something very, very good. That's very, very unusual. We only see stuff like that in the NBA. An MPFL player proposing to.
Sort of more beautiful if he ended in a win for Aqua United. But I mean, it's beautiful to see such scenario from players.
You understand? Yeah. Those little things matters a lot. And then there were other results that happened in the weekend that makes you feel good. It wasn't just Enyimba losing. Rivers United won 2-1. I'm happy about that one. I mean, I love Rivers United. That's the team I played for. Rangers drew at home against Kano Pillars. Kano Pillars have been up and down. They've not really done well. They didn't play. They're not playing in Kano. They're playing in Kaduna. But I mean, getting a point in Enugu seemed like a good one. Abia Warriors, at some point, they feel like that game was going to end in a draw. They won against Shooting Stars 2-1. And then Remo are back to winning ways again. Yeah. So they've jumped from 4th. Aqua United is in 4th. They jumped from 4th to 3rd. And hopefully they go up. I really want to see Remo qualify for the continent at the end of the season, but it's still a long way from the end of the season. So we can't even say there's still 13 more games to go. So we're going to fold our hands and watch what happens. They need to pick up a few away points as they go on the road and make sure they make their home a fortress. Atlant won against Enyimba 1-0, and that's the game that everybody's talking about. Unfortunately, Lagos-based one-time youngest referee in the league, David Quadri, is the referee at the center of this conversation. And oftentimes was once upon a time regarded as one of the best referees in the league.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden, his name is appearing too many times now in controversial moments. I put a call through to him yesterday, and I told him that if it is possible, avoid the Enyimba's game. Because I don't see other people complaining about him, but it seems to always happen with the Enyimba game. And they blackball you like that. Pretty soon, Adebimpe Quadri will become the poster boy of bad refereeing in Nigeria, and that will just destroy his career, his image completely, both locally and on the continent. So if it is possible for him to avoid an Enyimba game, he should. Enyimba should be giving those referees that they need. But then you want to have your best referees in the league officiating. If Adebimpe Quadri is regarded as one of the best and he's still getting games, then he should be taking the big games. When you have a derby game like this, you want a very firm referee. But sometimes people don't see firm refereeing is like being principled in government office in Nigeria. If you're principled in government office or in schools, you are being seen as if they show yourself. Waiting, I'll lay you. Not today, and you be the first person who work for you. You know, that's the way we behave here. So sometimes it is the firmness of this referee that makes people think, oh, because he's not willing to bend the rules like they are used to, they not say, oh, the officiating is bad. But let's see how it goes. Anybody in 8th position on the league table, not a good one. Plateau United won 3-0 over Akwa United, even without the proposal and all that. Kwara United beat Niger Tornadoes 1-0. MFM beat Sunshine Stars by a goal to nothing, but that doesn't stop MFM to still being at the bottom of the league table with 14 points. And you have Wiki Tourist beating Gobe United 1-0. That's the way it went last match day. The next fixtures that are coming up, pick and fast anyway. Akwa United will go back home to play against Wiki Tourist. We'll see Enyimba International host Remo Stars. Let's hope that the officiating is good. Affinity will not have to come out dramatic. But I know that one thing about football, once you start attacking referees, you're almost likely going to pay for it. Ask Imama Mabakabo. We had this conversation in his first stint as Rangers coach. The follow season, he wanted to win the league. Gombe United, Abia Warriors is also a match that we should look at for. Katsina United playing against Dakar. Caterpillars playing against Rivers United. That fixtures is going to be tough. Sunshine Stars playing against Atlant. Niger Tornadoes, MFM. Lobby Stars, Plateau United. Nasarawa United playing against Kwara United. Shooting Stars playing against Rangers International. That said, I think that while Lobby Stars will be preparing for this Plateau United game, the heart and minds of their coach, Eddie Dobraye, will be somewhere in Ukraine because his wife and son is over there. Yomiti on Instagram said, referee in the Premiership is beginning to look like some police department in a country where you can't hold them accountable if it's, I don't know, you didn't continue. Referee everywhere. It's not just in the Premier League. Everywhere there's always someone who is complaining about refereeing.
Yeah, still on the MPFL. I mean, shout out to Rafi Ishaq, who's currently topping the goal scoring chart. Rivers United forward, 10 goals, and just to add some positive news, might not be new to football lovers outside the globe. I mean, the FC granted request for Shooting Stars to play their game, under the floodlights. So we might just be seeing the 7 p.m. kickoff in March the 16th fixture between Shooting Stars and the opposition. I think that's tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
So we're looking forward to how that is going to pan out. So it's good to see games being played under the floodlights in the NPFL. We
had that 2014, 2015, and 2016, especially in 2016 when Rangers won the league title. We had that floodlights in Agege, floodlight in Nenugu in some part, but then it stopped because people were complaining of the fact that diesel was expensive. It's hard to run it. But I think it's good. I mean, stadiums like the Aqua United Stadium, for instance, good floodlight there. Then a few other stadiums that have good floodlight, they should be allowed. 3SA also have a good one. They should be allowed to use that.
All right, so that's about that on the NPFL, and let's move offshore now. We're supposed to touch on Igalo finally came out to reveal the reason why he left Al Shabaab, because we didn't see that move coming. After the whole AFCON debacle, the main reason he said, they should have told him straight up that he won't be going to the AFCON.
Yeah.
Not smiling in his face one day and then acting a different way, the next day. But finally they didn't grant him the exit visa to leave the country to team up with the team in Cameroon. So that's about that on why he didn't go to the AFCON. Now we also the NFF president Madu Pinnick, paying a visit during the club walk-off. So that likely might just put it out there that Igalo might will be coming back to the team for the crucial walk-off playoff against Ghana. Now I wanted to throw this to you. Do you see the partnership between Igalo and Osimhen working out for the national team? Is it a partnership you see being fruitful if it's being tested or if it's being tried for the national team? Those two players, different kind of strikers. If you look at them, one is the energy kind of striker. The other one is good hold up play. It's more experienced than the other. I love the friendship between both. Both more like a mentor kind of relationship. So, do you see that partnership working for the Super Eagles if it's been tried by the manager Augustine?
So I don't think that the partnership we should be looking to create should be the Odio Igalo Osimhen partnership. I don't think it's a good partnership. John will not like this. It's my friend, more like a brother now. But I don't think it's a good partnership to create. The reason for that is Odio have reached a stage in his football career. Yet he really wants to play the World Cup. He wanted to play at the AFCON, felt like he could add something, and he's scoring goals. Yeah. But Odio have reached a stage where you don't create such delicate partnership because Odio does not have more than 2 or 3 years more to play in the national team. He could still play. He takes care of himself very well. Even when he comes to Nigeria, his food is different from whatever that person is eating. If you've observed that, he comes with his own chef and all that, which is highly professional, something we don't see in this part of the world. But as much as he takes care of his body, age is age.
Yeah.
And he's also, you got to understand that when we're talking partnership now, Osimhen's got 10, if not 15 years, if injury allows him to play, because it's one of those who really played with his pretty young age. Now, one of those who have hawked themselves around the Nigerian league. Osimhen did not play up to 10 amateur game matches in Nigeria before going to the under 17. 10. He didn't play up to 10. Like matches for local team, for what's the name of that club in Keja again? Ultimate Striker. Ultimate Striker. Yeah. He didn't play up to 10 games. That means he's not being with the team. His football just from his house. Ultimate Striker, under 17, Wolfsburg. So this is a young kid. If you want to build a partnership, I'd rather you think of building a Kelechi Iheanacho Osimhen partnership, Taiwo Awoniyi Osimhen partnership. These young players. Then the other statesman, Ahmed Musa, comes in from the bench because he will soon exit. What's it called? Ojo Igalo comes in from the bench and add, that experience to the game when they run down the opposition defenders. They now come in and get it a little bit soft. Not when the game is still very, the opposition players are still very active. They are very strong. They are still ready to go. Their focus is still very high. You throw in Ojo Igalo and Osimhen. Who will be working for who? Don't forget that the two of them are goal scorers, right? Osimhen is a marauding striker anyway. He runs it everywhere. But even though he runs the channel, he's a top striker. Ojo Igalo is another top striker. You would eventually see them running into the same ball, into the same pocket of spaces, into the same line expectation. Their anticipation will be the same. All strikers are the same. They want to score goal. They want to get the final ball. So who will be demanding the final ball? Ojo is not a creator by excellence. Okay, it's not a guy. It's not a Thierry Henry who can score 30 goals and create 20 a season. It's not that guy. He's more of a Ruud van Nistelrooy. I don't need to create for you. Get the ball to me and let me put it in the net. Once in a while, he would create, but that is off his primary focus. Osimhen is the same thing. So when you put the two of them together, you will be losing that ability to have someone create for someone in the two of them, and then that could just become a problem. I've seen that work also, Dwight York and the co. But the reason for that is, you have a Cantona, you have, all of these guys on the wide area, David Beckham and the rest of them, who are excellent at executing their passes. But when you have a team like the Nigerian team, where the wide men are not really as accurate, they can dribble, they can run, but most of them put their head on the ground. They are not as, they are not the, I get 5 chances, 3 crosses will trouble the opposition kind of wide men. You're going to be very careful with trying to do that. So I don't think Osimhen or Dion will work. Again, another angle you want to look at it from, Nigeria being the country that we are from, the coach is from Edo State, Osimhen is from Edo State, Ojo is from Edo State. Come on. Nigerians would rebel against it. They would rebel against it. So I think if I'm a Guamo, I wouldn't even.
I saw that hands down at the AFCON, after we lost.
Yeah.
I saw that. I heard fans.
You hear what people were saying. So it's not like it's strange. When you say it, it's like, that's why are you saying it? No, I'm not saying it because I want to say it. You saw the kind of comment people were making because of Umar Sadiq.
Exactly.
Right? So it's not new. You might not be at the center. I was at the front. Like, this is you, front line, seeing everything. I couldn't record it because I would be tempted to post it. And then if I post it, it will bring conversation. So sometimes you get to the point. 10 years ago, I would have recorded that rant that guy was making about Sadiq Umar, blah, blah, all of those things. I will capture it because I was in a vintage position. I have a professional camera, I have my phone and everything. But I don't want to get that, because if you put that out again, you create another, Emir earpiece kind of controversy, which I don't want to get into. So I think for the good of the team, for the harmony of the team, the coach should be looking at creating a pair up front, because now it's obvious that he's going to play a 4-2-4 or 4-4-2 formation. That's what whoever is comfortable with. Looking at white men that can deliver crosses. We just brought in Ademola Lookman. He should be looking at infusing between these three, Kelechi Iheanacho, who, for me, even though people complain a lot about his first touch, I think it is work rate more for me, not his first touch. I don't have a problem with his first touch. A lot of people talk about his first touch, but I don't have a problem with Kelechi Iheanacho's first touch. My thing is, when Nigeria is not winning, Nigeria is not on top, I need to be able to count on Kelechi and say it's going to have the attitude of saying, guys, we're dying here. I'm not catching this score too many goals in Nigerian colors, but I can't remember anybody getting angry that you pick Amokachi. Apart from 98, where he got injured and, we dropped Akpobore. Even people didn't raise eyebrow because of his antecedent of work rate, hard work. It's not like he's the heavy goal scorer that every game is going to bang in one goal like Obafe Martins or Julius Agawa, Rashidi Yekini. But because of how he works. And I think that if Kelechi Iheanacho up his work rate a little bit and his attitude is in the right place, he's the guy you need to build the partnership between it, because he does have the ability to pass. He does have the ability to hold on to the ball. Is he skillful? He's one of the most skillful players we have up front. So he does have almost everything you need apart from the consistency of his work rate, which also you can make do. So rather than think of Odion Osimhen partnership, which will not last, I say put Odion on the bench. That is if we're going to bring it. You know me, I'm one of those who stood against it, like, we don't need Odion again. But we'll pass that bridge now. Yeah. It's going to come. If he comes in, let him sit on the bench, watch the game. If it's a game where the opposition is already being beaten and you need somebody to come and add, maybe there's opening in the defensive area, they're making mistakes, throw Odion in there. But if not, keep him on the bench, let him wait. He's at his time, and people sat on the bench for him. There's no problem with that one. That one, if he find the face, we go look at for face. Use camera face at last, say, like you find your face like monkey will look like that are your business. But the truth of the matter is Nigeria is more important. So if you want to create a partnership in the Super Eagles right now, we should be looking at Taiwo Osimhen. If Emmanuel Dennis repent of his pride and his arrogance and decide he wants to come back, that's also somebody you need to bring in. But Emmanuel Dennis is more of a wide man than the center forward per se. Anyway, so that's not something that will bother out. But Taiwo, Kelechi Iheanacho, Osimhen, Kelechi Iheanacho, those are the partnerships we should be looking at, not Odion Gallo. Osimhen, sorry.
All right, so this will lead me to my next question. Do you agree that they are national team players and they are club players? The reason I said it is we have seen it several times. Players perform for their club sides. When it comes to the national team, we tend not to see such performance. They don't replicate such kind of performance. There are several examples you could see out there. Paul Onachu scoring goals for Genk, but a lot of people have come to question his performance when it comes to the national team. Same for other players as well. So I don't know. Do you think there is such, or I don't know if I should put in the question that way, or is there something? There's a better way I should put that question. Or do you think something like that happens? National team players. When it comes to the national team, they don't turn out, but when it goes to their club side, they tend to put better performances, and you just be wondering why do they play this for their clubs, but when it comes to the national team, they don't put such performances for the national team.
Well, I think there are systems that work for players, but not necessarily say national team players or club side players. Because if I put it that, I do not have the data, the statistics to back it up. But I know that generally, and this is not got anything to do with Nigerians, but there are a lot of Nigerians. Peter AJ was banging goals, back and front. In Sweden, he came to Nigeria, he couldn't. Even though he said they asked him to bring bribe, but the game they gave him to play, we saw he couldn't even control the ball. We've seen Richard Owobokiri scoring goals back and front. That he scoring goals back and front everywhere in Portugal for Boa Vista, but couldn't get in on the national team. Michael Biko, the same thing, scoring goals back and front, 34 goals in Feyenoord, but couldn't make it cut his teeth in the national team. And there are other players like that. The same you can say of people like Roy McKay. Banging goals, won the league with Deportivo La Coruña. You know what it means to win the league with Deportivo La Coruña? In Spain, when you have Madrid, you have Barcelona, but you won the league with them. And, you know, they were devastating in Champions League. Remember that game against AC Milan? But all of this, you know, the Dutch national team just did not work for him. I don't know why, but it just didn't click. And there was Giovanni Elba too, scoring goal for Bayern Munich back and forth, winning titles, Champions League and the rest, scoring for Lyon, taking them all the way. That's Lyon team. But when he goes to the national team, he just wasn't the guy. And then there are those who don't even play too well at club level, but they show up in the national team and then they're banging the goals every game. It's not necessarily a thing that has to do with national team or club side, but it's more of a system. So there are some players. Let me give you a good example. Giovanni Elba thrive in the low striker position. Brazil is not going to play low striker position. They're going to play either 3 in front or 2 in front, and because of the players they have. So when Giovanni Elba is looking for somebody to launch it long for him and use his head, Brazil is saying put the ball on the ground. So he can't fit into that system. So it's more of a system thing. If he had gone to another club who needed him to play the way they play in Brazil, he would also struggle. Because look at Diego Forlan, Goalmonger for Uruguay, Goalmonger for a club as very low rated club as Villarreal. He won the European Golden Boot. But at Manchester United, he couldn't even play because the system was different. They get the ball from the back and then they load it up front. They expect you to run, meet the ball, head it into the net. But he wasn't that kind of player. So he didn't fit into the system that Manchester United was playing. Gerard Piqué, the same thing. Get the ball, balloon it forward. No, he came from a tiki-taka play system where you get the ball, you play from the back. Manchester United were not that patient. As you get the ball, play it wide to the Beckham. Look for scores. But he wants to play to his defensive midfielder, run into space. They play the triangulated play till the ball go forward. He just couldn't find his feet there. But when he went to Barcelona, you know, winning all the titles that he won. This is not national team. This same guy also won the World Cup, won the Euros with the Spanish national team. You can't say they are bad players. It's just that sometimes some systems don't work for certain players, and it makes them look like, they don't fit in and they are struggling. Paul Anuachu is not a bad player.
Yeah.
You can't be top goal scorer in the league, but player of the season for your club. But is it dynamic enough to morph from the system he's playing at his club to this system? No. Rashidi Yekini was privileged to play for club and country that played to his strength. Not every coach would work to your strength. Rather, some will say, as you're coming in, you need to come and fit into what we're doing already. And if you don't fit into that, then you're lost at sea. That's what happens to some players. But some other players, they show up and they are ready to prove to you that, guy, we're good enough. Okay? We're good enough and we can do it. Okay, so OJ from the UK, say morning that Emmanuel, good show as usual, listening on my train ride into work. Okay, so OJ, yesterday, I'm sure you didn't listen. I'm not sure you watched the video. So I saw the answer you sent in, but you sent that answer on Saturday. And Ibrahim from Ikorodu had already sent his own answer on Friday. So he's the winner of this jersey. But like I promised yesterday, I said the jersey I was wearing, because when I saw your response and I saw that I came from the UK, then the jersey I'm wearing, I was wearing yesterday is a green jersey from what's that club that Obani was playing for before?
Kofakan.
Okay, from Kofakan in the United Arab Emirates.
Yeah.
I would lovely, dispatch that to you, but I need you to send somebody to come pick it up from the studio, or chat me up later. Okay, this is the office line, but just chat me up. I'll send you a message myself, and then we'll talk about how you can get that jersey. All right. So let's move further down the road. Emmanuel Sebastian, like I said, it's about system, not really about national team or club.
All right. Finally on the show, let's touch on the Ukraine-Russia thing. We have a couple of Nigerians footballers who are in Ukraine. Solomon Rotabo as well moved to Ukraine.
My kid.
And I mean, I don't know.
I'm the first person to interview that guy.
So I
during COVID,
he moved out from St. Johnstone. I don't know what happened. And now it's so unfortunate he just moved to Ukraine to get his football back, and this whole thing is happening. It's just so sad. We also have another footballer, Michael Obamina, as well. Who's also in Ukraine. These players are sharing their experiences, how the situation has been in Ukraine. I mean, of course, the league has been suspended, rightfully so, due to what is happening. Recently, FIFA and UEFA came out to ban Russia, all club sides, from Russia from their competitions. and as well the Russian national team from all tournaments. So on do you think that's a way to go, or good move by FIFA, UEFA to stop these Russian teams from participating in all their competition? That means in the Europa League, for example, Spartak Moscow, of course, Victor Moses plays for Spartak Moscow, so they won't be in the Europa League anymore. Their opponents free ride into the next round. So do you think that's the way to go for FIFA, UEFA to stop all these Russian teams?
First, I don't like the war. I'm not.
We all don't like it.
I'm not in support of the war, so let me be very clear on that one. But I am also not one of those people who is against Putin. So I'm not going to jump. No, there is no side that you stand on that is right anyway. So, but I'm not against Vladimir Putin. I'm also not against Russia. I want my leader, I want my president to be the guy who will stand up and protect our territorial integrity. And anything that would, there are only two ways people deal with this. You either get proactive or you get reactive. I don't think that Vladimir Putin as a president should wait till NATO sets up a base in Ukraine, sign them on. Now they're not in, they're not looking for Ukraine's it, the way we had Brexit. That would be medicine after death, right? Because some deals, some treaties would have been signed, and it is damn if you can. So Putin is protecting his country. Don't forget, once beaten, twice shy. This has happened before when they were Russia. Not me. Russia was broken into pieces. It doesn't want to see that again. You don't know how many pieces Russia will become. So he's trying to protect himself. The economic side of it is that what Gaddafi started that made them kill him is what is about to happen now. People are actually tired of edging all economy against the dollar. It's a long conversation that many people don't want to have. And I understand America too. You can't open your eye and throw away your economy. You have to edge your economy against something that works so that you're always rich. Rich people don't wait and say, oh, but then like just look at me and say, Idafi, I'm too rich. I want to be poor. I want to stop making money now. I'll wait for you to make all the money, get to my level before I continue to make money. It's not going to happen. Never going to do that. But banning all these their national teams, their club side from football, does it stop the war? Does it speak to the real issues? Or you're rather even putting them in a place of, okay, since you're doing this to us, okay, now we are angry enough, we have enough reason to go out because there's no longer friendship. This whole idea of considering the fact that we're still going to play football, let's be nice, let's just do it small. Now you are putting all of them back, you're showing them your strong hand. When Russia decides to show their strong hand, what happens? Wow, the famous words of Martin Luther King, what is not the answer?
I think that's the wrong move from FIFA.
I think it's the wrong move from all football world. People even saying they should take Roman Abramovich club. What has that got to do with anything? No, it doesn't make sense to me. I'm not seeing the sense in it. People are so much in a hurry to ban Russia. They shouldn't play football. They shouldn't do this. When Russia Gazprom was sponsoring UEFA competition, was giving money to clubs in Europe, nobody said anything.
They even cut the sponsorship with that company.
I hear them. But these same people are in bed with people who are doing worse. Okay, they go to collect money from Saudi Arabia. They go to collect money from Qatar. David Beckham took 150 million for Qatar. They're playing doing all the boxing fighting in Saudi Arabia, doing everything. Tomorrow you say you want to cut them off. No, it doesn't say. For me, it's all politics anyway, and everybody is going to do what they can do to protect their side. So I'm not going to be caught up in it because these guys don't get caught up in the crisis we deal with in Africa. So I'm not going to be caught up in their crisis. But I'm saying I'm not one of those who say stand with Ukraine. No, I'm not standing. I'm not standing with them. When we had our 3 years war crisis in Warri, nobody stood with us. I'm not going to do that. When Odi was leveled down, nobody stood with us. I'm not going to stand with anybody. I know that in this whole thing they like be politically correct. I've never been politically correct. I'm not about to start now. I'm going to say the way I feel. I don't think Vladimir Putin is wrong. I don't think so. Because if you call the war in Ukraine an invasion, 20 years in Afghanistan, what was it? What happened in Libya? What was it? The weapon of mass destruction battle in Iraq, what was it? So I mean, it's if you can do it, I can do it. It's a simple thing. If when you do it, nothing was wrong, then somebody else doing it, nothing should be wrong as well. Let's live the life the way it's possible. If who get power, Urobo say, who person who is strong, I need to survive. You understand me? So if that's the way the American powerhouse think they do it, these people can also do their own too. So you just have to nominate your designated survivor. If we're going to press F5 and let the war restart, let the war restart. But I'm not saying that all of this ban will not stop Ukraine, will not stop Russia from doing what they're doing. They are doing their banning. Okay, no problem. Let's see where it ends. Ban this year, I'm not going to support any of this one because I want to be politically correct. And from OJ, he says another issue with Giovanni. Okay, he said money that okay, Emmanuel, sure as usual listening. Okay, he said another issue was with Giovanni Eba. Yeah, Giovanni Eba was in this studio and he explained this exactly as OJ just said. Was the fact that he didn't play much in the Brazil league. Same with Mario Jardel. Yeah, the Brazilian public don't like players that they haven't seen locally. That's true. That's exactly what Mario Jardel said. Mario Jardel actually, Giovanni Eba, when he came here, when we interviewed him, it's on the YouTube channel. He said Luzabongo, Wadale Luzabongo invited him for a game at home and told him that you're the most informed Brazilian player right now. But I can't play you because the Brazilian fans don't know you. You didn't play locally here. You left to Europe pretty early. So for that reason,
that tells you how they take local.
Yeah, that's how they take. So that's a system that supports their own locally. So it's different. That it was responding to the players playing or not. Okay, so I missed the live show yesterday, but caught up on YouTube. Thanks so much for the jersey. If you pass on the studio address, I will get someone to come pick it up. Okay, I would definitely send you the studio address. That's very easy. It's just that on this axis now the traffic is crazy. So you would definitely the address is up there for you already. So let's do housekeeping. Pretty much housekeeping. Emmanuel Sebastian for the visitor that we have in the studio. This jersey is about to leave. I'm not happy. The boy used to be a troublemaker. The boy used to be a bone in my flesh. The two people that have won jersey from me now are people who are turning my flesh, troublemakers. I should be giving the good people jersey. So it's your turn now. Emmanuel, do the honors. You're the one that struggled very hard to get this jersey, but I'm giving the anger. There's new national team games coming up, so definitely we will get some more jerseys. I'll talk to a few people and see how it goes. Mario Jardel was a goal machine, is prime, but couldn't fit the national team, not because he wasn't good, but he just couldn't fit into the Celestial system. That's what I said earlier on. Sometimes it's about system. It's not really. Per van Ooyek is another player like that. Per van Ooyek was scoring goals everywhere, but the Dutch national team system didn't work for him. Even Jimmy Floyd Asselborn, at some point, he was also a victim of that system. Nicolas Anelka, the same thing. Fantastic player. You know, on certain pedestal, I will rate Nicolas Anelka higher than Thierry Henry. And I know, like, hey, a lot of people, my club fans would kill me on this. But listen, technicalities. Thierry Henry grew into it, right? But Anelka came with it naturally. Anelka actually obliterated Ian Wright. When Ian Wright was the god in the Arsenal team, was the all-time highest goal scorer, he came in and they just told him straight. I remember, if you go read Ian Wright book, he said during the World Cup, after England got eliminated, David Den and Arsene Wenger came to meet him at the England hotel and told him, guy, we're cutting you. And that's very devastating. But people don't say all those things now. Arteta lets Aubameyang go. People are making it. Your all-time highest goal scorer, you went to the World Cup just the day they lose, that evening, you went to him and told him, we're cutting you. And he was like, but I want to continue to play. I don't want to leave Arsenal. He said, no, we're cutting you. As a matter of fact, I don't want to have you on the bench while I'm playing that young boy, Nicolas Anelka. It was crazy because if you look at it, Arsene Wenger is French. Anelka is French. This guy is an Englishman. This guy is proven goal scorer. Won new titles. And then you brought in this small boy, this teenager, to come take him out. If you do it today in this social media age, Arsene Wenger would have been killed a long time ago. But he did it, nothing happened. And you know the worst thing, why this was happening, Arsene Wenger and David Den had already spoken to West Ham, agreed with West Ham. They just told him the next door, the next room, West Ham are waiting for you to sign. They didn't give him even the option to even think his things through because he didn't even have the mind he wanted to leave. But guess what? He went to West Ham. He didn't do well there because he wasn't happy to be there. My point here is sometimes all of these things just happen. Okay? Anelka at the start, okay? I know you will not agree, but Anelka won Arsenal the double. Like from the get-go, he won them the double. Thierry Henry took time to settle in. Nicolas Anelka would Thierry Henry would not have played for Arsenal if Nicolas Anelka didn't leave. and we will not be even having this conversation in the first place. This conversation of Henry better than Nicolas Anelka will not even come up. If he had stayed at Arsenal as long as Thierry Henry, he would have scored more goals than Thierry Henry. He would have been better than him. It wasn't consistent. But that young kid that I saw play for Arsenal, I went to Highbury a couple of times to go watch. God have mercy. Nobody can even convince me that Thierry Henry is better than Anelka. That's not a conversation. It's like the conversation of Okocha and Ronaldinho. That's not a conversation any day. That day will not come when I agree that young Thierry Henry and young Nicolas Anelka, that young Thierry Henry was better than. No, in 1998, 97, 98, the football that I saw that boy play, no, winning the double, especially that I think of finals against Newcastle. I beg you, let's not even talk about it. Let's just leave the matter like that. Jesse.
All right. So, what's your name again? Yeah. Ibrahim.
Why are you whispering?
Ibrahim.
Why are you so called? You used to be very aggressive. Hey, for me, starstruck here.
He's humble now. He's humble. All right. So this is Union Berlin's home jersey, and thankfully, Taoni broke his goal drought this past weekend.
Yeah.
He finally got on the score sheet. Union Berlin's 3-1 win, and it was this home jersey he wore when they scored that goal. So it's nice to give you this jersey just immediately after that. So there you have it. You could see authentic.
What do you have to say to Emmanuel Sebastian and Taoni?
Thank you so much for Emmanuel Sebastian and Taoni. I hope Taoni banging more goals for this season.
All right.
From watching Taoni, what can you say about the kind of striker he is, and just say so about his play now, not you thanking him for just what can you say about Taoni?
I think right now what he needs as a striker is to bang in goals. At least.
No, he's supposed to be a goalkeeper. They say
at least in the game, in Nations Cup that we just completed, I think he really tried for the national team. Coming in for Osimhen and Miguel that were injured and not invited. I think he really played well. All round play was very dear for the Super League. I hope he scores more goals.
All right. Congratulations, Ibrahim, once again for.
All right, let me touch on the messages that we didn't read on Instagram. Nogo Mariflyer, he say even Sharon Litmanin was scoring like it doesn't, but couldn't fit into the national team. I only come from Finland. I want to fit in the game. Mario Jadel was a goal machine in his prime. Okay, I've read that one before. Nogo say, and the coach struggled as well for the Three Lions, but was a machine with Dwight York, Manchester United. Nice one, boss. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Omogudu. For the YouTube people, my YouTubers, Ivory Tennessee, has anyone heard the saying in football on the shall wake up? Yes, and I be Bobo now. I be Africa. On the shall wake up, yes, now. You wear Bobo Jesse. Now our generation, I will be on the shall wake up. Don't worry yourself. Don't come be exposing yourself. Ivory say I heard the NFF are still trying to get a foreign coach with Super Eagles. Which kind of football body is this? They like confusion shout to Fiakwa. Well, I've not heard it from official sources, so it's hard for me to even step up to that conversation. I've seen it, people send me message asking me a question about it, but I've got nothing to say. Nasser Labade Ora first said, when should I come for my own jersey? You should be asking me when you will come and join us to do the show one day. Jesse won't you there, because you my guy, no rest. Blessed morning from Ikena Umbora. Thank you very much. Oh, there, Kenneth. This guy, have you put story for Facebook? Oh God, this guy's stories on Facebook is very nice. But I kind of say, good morning and happy new month to you, boss. Lobby Stars, I don't even know what to see. Don't know whether it's the board or the coach problem. They just need to do more. See, I don't think you really know Lobby Stars. Lobby Stars recruited new set of players. They've not settled in. They need some time. New coach, new set of players. They've not settled. They have a good body. They have a good chairman who knows what he wants, who have a sense of direction. I think you should give them time. People just think that these things happen magically and it just happen like that. No. Benjamin Don Undubisi, listening live from Enugu. Love you, Edafu. Thank you very much. Benjamin, love you too. I hope that one day I'll be able to be dispatching jerseys to places like Enugu, all those places outside Lagos where they are. You people should stop answering my quiz. Where the rule here is that if you want something from us, don't answer the next one again. I beg. Leave other people to win it. All those one person win everything. That's on the radio station that we are. Well, Emmanuel Sebastian coming up next with Nigerian footballers. Nigeria Players GPS show. What's wrong with me? Nigeria Players GPS show coming up next, and we've had a good time. Thank you very much, everybody. OJ, send somebody to come pick up the jersey. If you like, you agree. If you like, you disagree. Have a great day at work as well. Thank you very much. God bless you. Have for yourself a lovely day. My name still is Ida from Manchester United. It's been a wonderful time with Emmanuel Sebastian and Ibrahim from Ikorodu watching from the side. God bless you.
Congrats.
Tomorrow, while they do that, it could be. I just tired.